All right. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the beginning of your day. We're doing before you take the trade analysis. I am JD the Great or Jeff Durandis, one of the coaches at cheatcode.com. If you do not have a community, by all means, I do suggest that you come join our community. We have a lot of fun while making some money and you learn a lot of the fundamentals. All right. So go ahead and click the link down below. That leads right to our community website. Also, my Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter is down below. So go ahead and like and subscribe there as well. If you want to see one of my classes, all my classes schedule is listed right above here. And book your one-on-one. Scan the QR code. You can do that right now. All right. So let's go ahead and get into the market. You have the euro. All right. So if you don't know what the relationship to the euro is to the dollar, I would suggest you kind of break that down a little bit and put this into one of your watch lists. But the euro has a boosie candle. If you want to know what a boosie candle, by all means, go ahead. Come to Chico community. We'll break it down for you. But this is starting to look really, really bullish. So we had one right here, this caution candle indicator, where the market tried to reverse its position here. Hey, good morning, Casey. Good morning. Good to see you. Right. And it looked like it was going to reverse here and continue up, which would have strengthened up the euro and then make the dollar fall. But it looks like here is where we're getting a little bit of an impact, and it looks like it's starting to recover a lot of that information. Now, we do have some news that's coming out later on today with the PMI, so just be a little cautious as we go into that day as well. All right, so I want to point out that the euro has been making its push to this downside right here and right here and right here, right? So it looks like we may still keep that downtrend when it's all said and done. But if it does keep that downtrend, then I would suggest, right, when it's all said and done, as it gets closer to there, you may want to go ahead and lock in your positions, right? So if we get in a nice little power up going up there, then we might reject roughly around that 106 to 107 level. All right. So just keep that in mind. So let me go ahead and minimize some of these colors. That way I don't confuse y'all a little bit when I go to these lower time frames. All right. Boom, boom, boom. All right. So what else do I want to cover? Looking at the dollar, right? Oh, not in futures, but dollars right here. See that? Inverse relationship to the euro. Why are we coming down? Right? We are coming down because if we look at the cheat code algo, we have been pushing up a lot. So we could be retracing right to that trend line, and that trend line follows that same downtrend, right? And it probably come to this level, looks like an evening star, just like it was a morning star on the euro, right? So if we get this nice little reversal and start to push really, really hard down, we're going to get some rise in the market. And as we get the rise in the market, we're probably going to get support here and then push back up. The only reason why I'm a little hesitant on any more push up is that we're at TP4 on the dollar. So we could come back and retrace to some other levels here. Let's look at it from the weekly. Look at that. Looks like pressure, pressure. All this selling pressure is happening on the weekly. So depending on how this week closes, if we finish with a bearish type of candle, it could have been that we just kind of spiked up and we don't want to feel this imbalance here. So we may have to make some lower highs, maybe something along the lines of this level here, where this could be support. And then we'll probably catch it somewhere down here, depending on what that trajectory is to the downside. Hypothetically speaking, not saying that this is actually going to happen. You're talking about roughly around here, 102. Maybe that's when we get a retracement and continue to that upside. That's one way of looking at it. All right. So what we're going to get into after that, we're going to go ahead and get into our screener. I love these screeners. I use a very simple one, which is the 200 SMA being over or under the 50 EMA. So this one right here is my regular reversing, and it is saying above the 50 EMA. So we're looking for 200 that's above the 50 SMA. Shopify, Square. No. Zscaler is a good one too. Oh, you know what? Let's do Newmont. Newmont made me mad. It made me mad. It looks like we was going to go ahead and get a nice little rise up. I did kind of catch this pop here, but my target was roughly around here, and I did not get that. Why did I target that? If you haven't been to one of my charting classes, I do suggest it. I have one tomorrow at 7 p.m. But you see, this looks like our measured move for what looks like a W reversal. And they said no mas. So that was my target roughly around here. I didn't get that. And then we got a nice breakdown, but I did anticipate it. If we look at the weekly was showing weakness. It was showing weakness. So I was trying to see if I could catch the reversal on where it's needed. And this could be a nice little pop down just so that way you can find some support. Because if we look left, this right here should be some sense of an order block. Let me go ahead and highlight that. So roughly this wick, that's what I'm looking at as a potential bounce. Order block, impulsive candle fill with imbalance. Like all of this is right there. So that could be the area that they're looking to target and get a bounce. Right now it's up pre-market, but I do not think it's going to hold. All right, so let's look at it the other direction where the 50 is, sorry, the 200 SMA is below the 50 SMA. All right, CCJ, that was a good one. I wonder if you're still in yours. CCJ is a good one. Oh, Celsius. I do like Celsius. Good drink. Some people say it's healthier than Red Bull, but you know, I digress. It had a run. It had a really, really, really good run. If we look at this on this uptrend, it looks like it's trying to hold this level and it's not really holding it. I'm looking for a possible fill of this whole entire imbalance, probably come down to 152. If it comes down to 152, that's probably an area with a psychological level of maybe 150 of a bounce. That is a possibility. All right, so we did create this imbalance on the weekly, so that's going to make things a little interesting. The daily, here it is, right? So the 200 is below the 50 SMA. Nice little gap right here too. Maybe we get a gap fill, then a bounce off the 200 EMA. It's sitting right at the bottom of this daily order block that's right here. That could be the case. And if you want more breakdowns on these order blocks and levels, by all means, click the link down below. Come join the cheat code community. I promise I can break a lot of this stuff down for you. All right. So let's get into it. So we got a couple tickers from Casey. Did my community send any? No, I don't have anything from my side. Okay, so let's start with what Casey submitted. He's looking at EXR. I don't know that one. Is that Express? Extra space storage. Okay, I kind of know this company. They're all over Miami. All right, let's see. Okay, Okay, so you're going short. I do see why you're going short. Let me go ahead and get rid of this SMH for right now. I'm not going to use it right now. And okay, appreciate that, JC. I see it. All right, let's see. Yeah, so I'm thinking this is what you're looking at right now. We made lower lows. As long as it follows this trend itself, you should be good. What I don't like about it is that it already ran away. So it could give you a little bit of problems with this TP. You say entry at 116.52. Casey likes his momentum, so he's looking for continuation of the momentum. As long as this falling wedge breaks, right, you should start to see that. And it looks like it's trying to. So if we got multiple touches, that was this, that's your breakout. It looked like it could have been an area of reversal as they consolidated, and now it's breaking down. So if that's the case, I kind of like where you're going with it. I like 50% of the measure move. Come on, behave. Yeah. Oh, you got a question? Okay, I think she was just unmuted. All right, so 50% of the measure move is roughly about right here. Oh, there we go. I'm kind of close to your target. $95. 95. I'm at 94.16. Right? Oh, actually, no, a little bit higher. Probably 98. $98. So I'm not too far. And you have stop loss 127. Too far. I would say if this trend line breaks at any time or this buy signal breaks at any time, I would run for the hills because that means it might be reversing. Let's look at the weekly. Let's see if I can get some TPs there. On the weekly, it says it could get to $85. That would be a nice little print for you if you're already in this trade. So yeah, I like your entry. That'll take the momentum. Stop loss maybe a little bit smaller, probably around that one. Hold on, let me go back to the daily. Probably around that 122, no more than 125 level. That'd probably be a good stop loss. All right, let's see what else you got for us. ENV. ENV. All right. All right. Casey likes small caps, so that's why a lot of these names you probably haven't seen before. This thing is going way down, all the way down. All right. It looks like it just broke support roughly around here. I kind of like the trade for that. You're looking for momentum, $40.93, and then stop loss 43. I do like the stop loss 43.38. I got 43.82, and target $36. You're probably gonna have to catch that target on a weekly. You probably could get to 32. This thing is pouring everything out, and this was the order block. You see, right here, price was agreed upon, and on the weekly, look for it to stay below 41.77. If it doesn't, your stop loss of $43 may get hit. Yeah, I think that's the one I would probably look out for. See if your stop loss gets hit after it stays above 41.77. But it stays below 41.77, you should be fine. You should get some more momentum on that weekly candle. And if it still looks like this, you might get a Marubozu candle and it just keeps on going down to the downside. That would be a good trade. All right, so let's do one more from Casey. DARCYTK. Yeah, I posted that before, and I don't think I did it. TBT. All right, let me do that CYTK. Let's see what this one is. CYTK, Cytokinetics. Okay, small cap company. You're going short. Okay, I kind of like it. $26 entry. You're close to it. 26.47. 28.99 stop loss. I would say 28.50. That would bring you to this TP. If it breaks that TP, you shouldn't be in it. And then your take profit 22. You may have some struggles after 25 psychological level. Also, our TP finishes at 25.54. But if we look at it from the weekly looks like, you got a gap. You're trying to play that gap and take that momentum. Yeah, I like that. I like that. Look for the weekly to get below 26.48 and hold. If the weekly, which is roughly what your entry is, right? If it holds under 26.50, then it's a good trade. If it tries to play around, you might be in a little bit of trouble. You might be in a little bit of trouble. All right. All right, it's 8:59. Let's do one more in. One more in. All right, TBT. All right, this is Pro Shares Lehman Church. Is this bonds short inverse? Yeah, am I looking at that? Yeah, I think that's what it is. It gotta be an inverse. Ultra short Lehman 20 years treasury. Yeah, I think this is probably bond short. Yeah, type it in the chat if it is. Okay. Yeah, exactly, D boy. All right, so that it just broke out of resistance. It broke out to the top side. So since we had this boosty candle right here that was taking it down and it did a rounded bottom here, if I look at this thing looks like an upside down H, and this is a breakout, which is a bull flag breakout. So I do like this. You have an entry of $43, stop loss of 39. So entry of $43. That's right around that TP4. It looks like it might be a little trouble because the bonds is coming down right now. Let's see. What's another? Let's go to the daily. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would say your stop loss of 39.40. I would say $40. You could still go with the 39.49. It's not too far, but $40 is probably more optimal because we don't like it breaking TPs. And then your take profit is $48. Let's go back to that weekly. So I think I see where you're going with it. So let me just do it from the old fashioned measure move way. Here's our pole. And here's our flag breakout or W breakout, however way you want to look at it, from here to here. So roughly about right there. and $48 would bring us way past the 50% mark. So you're talking about roughly here of that measure move. So yeah, I think I do like the $48. I'll say by 45 you will have troubles for multiple reasons. Like I said, psychological levels, and also it's past the TP. Yeah, it could end up a cup and handle. That I was thinking the same thing. The only reason it might be one of those lopsided ones, right? Because it looked like they tried to put in that cup and handle here, but they never filled this gap, and then they liquidated a lot of the shorts with that move. So this is going to be very interesting. All right, that's our show. Thank you, everyone that can hear my voice. As usual, hit the rocket. That way, the TradingView algorithm knows I bring in some good information. Also, go ahead and hit the like and subscribe in my YouTube. Subscribe to my Instagram and Twitter. Also, if you do not have a community and you feel like you're trading by yourself, by all means, come over to Cheat Code. I promise you, you're gonna meet some really, really good people, and each one reach one, teach one. So go ahead, join us, and I'll see you on our trading floor. Later, everyone.